Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. So today we are going to have a discussion rather on millets, land races, collection, conservation, and utilization. The millet land races are nothing but our farmers' varieties, our local varieties, desi varieties, and whatever is there in available in locals, we call before release or under the non-notified under the Government of India Gazette notification. They're all land races, local land races. So in general, millets are small seeded. That is the reason they call it as small seeds. And they can be used for food, feed, fodder, fuel, and many more nowadays, healthy food, nutritional food, and so on. So there are about 8,000 species, which comprises from the 600 genera are available, especially in Poaceae family cereals. And then only 35 species comprising 20 genera have been domesticated. But still a lot more to be explored, and we need to identify its nutritional importance. We just see that millet, a total food grain used globally, its contribution is only 1%. So remaining all occupied by other cereals like rice, wheat, maize, and other pulses and so on. To the people who do not know or might have not seen the crop, that I would like to show that how that millet looks. This is called sorghum. In Hindi, it is called jawar. And this is pearl millet, and Hindi it is called bajra. Finger millet, it is called ragi or mandika or marwa. And foxtail millet, it is called kakum. Then little millet, we call it kutki or sawan. Then kodo millet, we call it as kodon. Then we have proso millet, we call them as chena or bari. Then we have barnyard millet, we call it as sanva or jangora. Then we have brown top millet. This is the millet which is available in only in the South India region, wherein Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. Not much work has been done in this, but recently one variety has been released by the University of Agriculture Science, Bangalore. This is what some participants has asked, why that exotic millet has to be introduced in India. Because we need to augment all the millets, because all these millets are having one or other nutritional importance. For that reason, we need to augment all the millets for the humankind. So it has to be used by the human, if not at all in the present days, at least for the future, they have to be used it. This step is originated from Ethiopia, but as I told that it has got high protein. The Africans, they make roti out of it. And this is a very popular food in the most of the African countries. So from here onwards, I have added some of the nutri-cereals, because in between there was a discussion to upgrade our institute as the Nutri-Cereals Research Institute. So we have added some of the nutri-cereals, but we have not much work has been done. So under which we have got this quinoa, so in Hindi, batwa or cholai. Then we have buckwheat, they call it in Hindi as kutu. Then amaranthus, both grain and leafy amaranthus, that also we have included. So these three we included as under the name of nutri-cereals, because recently in 2021, Government of India has announced in its Gazette notification for making this buckwheat and amaranthus as a pseudo cereals, from pseudo cereals to millet group. So if we just see that where these millets are originated, so sorghum is originated from Sudan and Egypt border. Pearl millet is from the Western Africa. Little millet is from little kodo and Indian barnyard millet. All the three are originated from India. We should be proud of that. That is the reason that India is #1 in production and also the consumption. Finger millet is originated from the highland Africa. Foxtail and proso millet are originated from Eurasia, Italy or China. Brown top is from the Southeast Asia, teff is from Ethiopia, quinoa is from South America, buckwheat from Southeast Asia, and amaranthus from the Central America. If you just see the status of millet genetic resources globally, so there are about 72,000 accessions are available. They are called as local landraces. Some may be included, like breeding material, genetic stocks, and varieties also included, maybe 5 to 10%. So if you just see that all the 8 millets, the total availability globally is tuned to 72,000 accessions, in which Indian contribution is 15,000 accessions. So this is a bit old figure. As far as we can say that this is a pre-CBD figure. So pre-CBD in the sense we can say that before 2002 figure. And that coming to National Gene Bank at NBBGR, we have got about 59,000 accessions of all this millet, and which includes all the exotic also. Then at our millet gene bank at our IAMR, we have got about now it is about nearly 49,000 plus accessions are available. And these are all these National Gene Bank, Millet Gene Banks also holds the safety duplicates of all the global collections. So that is very important because it should not be conserved at one place. So it has to be utilized fully. That is the reason all these main centers have been distributed, or crop-wise institutes have been given the millet crops, especially the Millet Institute. So if you just see the other status, global status of availability of local landraces as well as the species, wild relatives. So if you just see that wherever wild relatives are more, we can see that that particular area is a hotspot, or we can say that it is nearly that millet might have been originated in that particular area. So if you just see that in African region, we have got this finger millet. The wild relatives are more in Africa. Then foxtail millet also more in this region. Then we have teff also more in this African continent. We just see that Asia, wherein barnyard millet, little millet, obviously because India is the origin for these two crops. And apart from that, in US, we have got kodo millet, and then white fonio, then brown top. These three where wild relatives are more in US. So if you just see continental wise, the Asia is holding 1.05 lakh accessions, and followed by we have Africa 22,741, then Europe, and then ES Oceanic. Total put together around 1.65 lakh accessions are conserved by global international gene bank or global gene bank or in regional gene banks in their respective countries. If you just see that the Svalbard, everybody might have heard about this World Svalbard Gene Bank. So what they did under the crop trust, they dug out the hill called in the Spitzberg Island, which is Svalbard archipelago in about 1,307 kilometer north pole to Norway. So what they did, they deep inside, they made they dug out the mountain for about 146 meters. Then after that, they made the 3 tunnels, which is of about 27 meter long. Then we have 10 meter wide and then 6 meter high. Three modules they made it, and each module they made the chambers. So here they have conserved all the global accessions, whoever is contributing. So the total capacity is 4.5 million accessions we can store it. This is for the future generation, not for even present generation. Any calamities, unforeseen situation happens, the material can be taken out from here and then distributed to the respective countries. That is the idea behind it. And at our National Gene Bank, we have capacity of 1 million accessions, but here the capacity is 4.5 million accessions. So India also planning to develop such a facility near Ali in Himachal Pradesh. The work is going on and they identified some place. And from India also, the ICAR-IIMR as well as NBPGR also, they contributed 46,000 sorghum germplasm and 35,000 other millet germplasm to conserve in the seed vault for the future generation. Here you can see this is the outside and this is a tunnel made and this is the inside where that all the consignments are properly labeled and the institutes in which they contributed also it is labeled properly. Most of the CGR institutes have contributed for this cause. Coming to ICAR-IIMR Gene Bank, Dr. R.S. Baroda Gene Bank, who has contributed immensely for the PGR management. There are about 77,986 accessions are conserved. We just see that number-wise for all the 8 millets which are being conserved at ICAR-IIMR. Coming to our National Gene Bank, which I already told that it has got 1 million accessions capacity. And already we have got 5.3 lakh accessions already being conserved, and in which only that millet family is around 58,796. You can see that the number of accessions in each crop are being maintained or conserved in that particular National Gene Bank. Coming to All India Coordinated Research Project and Small Millet, Bangalore also holding around 15,000 accessions. Before that, IIMR has been upgraded. The ECRIPAN Small Millet Bangalore was the project coordinating unit. They have that objective, main objective to collect, conserve, and maintain the millet genetic resources. And they have the MTS facility in the University of Agriculture Science, Bangalore. And they have most of the collections from African and Eurasian countries. The large collection is from finger millet. So using that finger millet, mostly from Africa, they made the crosses called INDAP. Indian African crosses. They are very popular in those days. Even nowadays also people are using those genetic stocks for developing a new variety. Coming to Millet Gene Bank at IIMR, since last 20 years, we have undertaken 47 explorations. So through which we collected 2,734 accessions in the past 20 years. And after the COVID, we could not go for any exploration. Of course, we are planning this year. Definitely, we will make it minimum 3 explorations this year. If you can see that 16 states have been explored to collect all these accessions, we just see the crop-wise, the maximum contribution is by the sorghum. So these millet accessions we started collecting since from 2015 and 16 onwards only. And some of the explorations we had undertaken in collaboration with the NBPGR. I will be just giving a glimpse of what are the explorations we have taken in millets starting from 2015-16. This is the exploration number 31 from the Nandurbar region, Thule and Nandurbar region we have explored, and we have collected 124 accessions, maximum is sorghum. You can see the variability in finger millet as well as you can also see the variability in barnyard millet, and some of the little millet also we could collect it. And another exploration from the southeast coastal districts of AP as well as Odisha also we collected. 95 accessions we collected and we covered Srikakulam, Vijayanagaram, Visakhapatnam and 2 mandals in Rayagada. So maximum we collected in finger millet. We interviewed the farmers to know about the local land races, its IT case and so on. The tribals are the real custodian for conserving these land races. If tribals are not there, all this would have been lost long ago. So we got some pencil type pole millet also from this region. You can see the variability in white jawar and yellow jawar. They call it pacha jonna or tella jonna, and also variability in finger millet color and code also we collected on proso millet and so on. Another exploration from Kolli Hills from Tamil Nadu. This week explored almost 5 districts in Tamil Nadu, which are covering this Kolli Hills, Salem, Namakkal, Tiruchi, Viluppuram and Dharmaburi, wherein we have collected maximum of 26 accessions from pearl millet and then followed by sorghum and so on. This is this pearl millet is called Kullan Kambu. This name has come because of the short in height as well as short duration crop. So for that reason, it has come as a Kullan Kambu. So this is that field. And also we could collect Senjolam and Manjicholam, Vellicholam in Tamil Nadu, they call it. And also we interviewed a lot of farmers. Mostly the Malayali tribes are residing in these regions. You can see the variability existed in that particular exploration, especially in pearl millet. Not much variability is there. But of course, for the little millet, we have got good variability, and finger millet and some seed color in sorghum also we got variability. The another exploration from Vidarbha region, wherein we already we just explored the reserve forest, and here the Kachuroli, Gondia, Bandara districts and Yavatmal, Chandrapur, Nagpur also we could cover it, and we have collected 54 accents maximum from Kachuroli. And some of the wild relatives also we could collect it. Wherever we collect wild relative, we can say that once upon a time, these areas were considered as a hotspot. So this, the person holding is Dr. Sunil, who is the officer in charge, NBPJ Research Station, Akola. This is called the Varizades. This is a barnyard millet. This is a species which is having the a loose panicle type, and which is a very primitive type of a species in barnyard millet, Echinoclava Varizades. And this is again, we collected some horned pearl millet and pencil type, and also some of the kodo millet which are having forages and so on. And some forage also we could collect from this exploration. Another exploration from Chhattisgarh and also some part of Odisha, wherein Jangir, Jamba, Jaspur Nagar, Korba, Korea, Sarguja, Surajnagar. These were the districts we could cover this during that exploration. Here also we could collect both that Echinoclava Varizacola and Varizades. The Varizades is having the strong horns, and the Varizacola is having the smooth without horns. So these two species we collected during our exploration in this Chhattisgarh region. So apart from that, we could collect some of the finger millet, and this is a Setaria viridis, which is a green in color. So this is a wild relative of foxtail millet, which gives 20 to 25 tillers. So that is the advantage. And now our breeders are using this to with other local varieties to develop a new variety. Also, some of the local land races of sorghum also we could collect in this region, which is of about even 30 centimeter to 45 centimeter, 1.5 feet. A longer panicle also we could collect it. Even single panicle which gives about 150 to 200 gram of seed. So that much capability is there in the local land races. And these are some of the pictures showing the exploration made from this Chhattisgarh. Korba is the coal city of India, wherein the mining activities started in these recent decades. Before that, this area were completely occupied by millet. So nowadays, nothing is there available. Only few pockets where the tribals are there. So these millets are living still there. And one tribe is using the traditional method for threshing or processing, we call it. But nowadays, machineries have come. All these machineries, whatever we are using it, are nothing but advanced type of what farmers or tribals have used earlier. So here you can see that he is using like a pedaling type. And once you just remove his leg, it will just fall on. And here the spit, they put all the grain. And when you press it again, then it will just give a press there, then through which they will remove the husk or blooms. So this is a traditional method they use it. This farmer is selling his finger millet to nearby city in the bravery industries, where for 35 rupees per kg is sending it. And apart from that, we have got some other one kodo millet we collected, and some finger millet. And this, due to this mining activity, and most of the millet land races have completely vanished from this region. Another exploration to Odisha again, to Koraput, Navrangpur and Kalhandi, wherein 202 accessions, this exploration were conducted not only for millet, for other crops also. So in which 117 sorghum extents and other millets were collected. The maximum finger millet we could collect it. You can see that the sorghum panicle, this for the scaling purpose, I put the pen just on side by. You can see that length of the panicle, which is about 35 to 45 centimeter, which itself it gives 200 to 250 grams seed per panicle it gives. That is a capacity. And also some awned pearl millet are also there we found. And in some of the farmer field, they use the awned pearl millet on the border side to scare the birds. So bird damage is nowadays more. So inside will be the other variety or hybrid will be there. All along the border, the farmers are using this awned pearl millets. So whenever birds enter into the field, it will sit on that pearl millet and it itches, then it will go away from the field. For that reason, they are using this awned pearl millet. So wherever awns are there, it is called primitive type. What we did, our farmers selected over the decades or over the hundreds of years, they selected the non-awned or awnless panicle. So those are all called advanced varieties or the other genetic stocks. So here also we could collect 3 wild relatives of set area. And here you can see that we in finger millet, we collected the finger number starting from 2 fingers to 12 fingers. That much variability is there. And even longer fingers up to even 30 centimeter, nearly 30 centimeter also we could collect it. Some of the African types are there also. And this exploration was in collaboration with MBPJ Regional Station. Dr. Sivaraj was there. Apart from that, we have our friend at Jaipur MS Swaminathan Foundation also. Ravindra Reddy also helped us in overall program. This particular businessman, he traveled almost all along us. So wherever we go, we used to visit the markets also. This man is coming to almost all the weekly markets, and every day one market will be there in one place. And he also purchased the millets and for 35 to 40 rupees, not even 45, 30 to 35 rupees. And he just pack everything and he will send to Pune for processing. So that is how he is doing. Whenever the harvesting is going on, he will come and collect all the millet grains and he will send for the processing. Here you can see that one of the farmer is holding the sorghum panicle, which is of about 45 centimeter. And this farmer is, after harvesting little millet, he is taken to threshing yard. So these are some of the traditional methods they are using it. Another exploration from Javvadhu Hills in Thiruvannamalai district, wherein we collected 62 extents and little millet was more in that. This is Kullangambu. So there, Dr. Nirmala Kumar, who is the officer in charge in Atyandal Equip Center. So she also creating awareness by supplying the machineries for processing to the farmers and encourage farmers to cultivate millets. And another exploration from Vijayanagaram district, wherein we have traveled both sites of Araku Valley, so in Vijayanagaram and Visakhapatnam, and also adjoining Koraput district also we traveled. And mostly the tribals of Bakata, Bharata and Kondadurai, they are the custodian of all these millet. And some farmers were reluctant to even supply small quantity of seed. Then we used to contact the local person to, after getting the confidential, then they started supplying the material. So otherwise they used to hesitate to supply the material. They will ask hundreds of questions. Then finally they have been convinced that this is for the national purpose we are doing it. And we also traveled to one of the place called Sirsapalli in Pedabayalu Taluk in Visakhapatnam, which is highly elevated, 2,778 feet. In that village, we can see that it is completely multi-cropping system is existing there. We can see coconut, all horticulture crops, and also millets in that region. And there also we could collect a lot of millet. And another exploration from southeast coastal districts, wherein this is mainly for forage sorghum we would collect, and otherwise the exploration was mainly for the vegetables. Another exploration to Alangayam and Yelagirl. wherein we collected 72 extents. Then the finger millet was the maximum one. And one of the village we visited, which is altitude of the range of altitude is 171 to 994 meters. And in this exploration, we could collect 16 early to medium duration millet germplasm, which are being used by the breeders, and lot of variability in, especially in little millet and sorghum. And another exploration, this is one of the important area, Khandwa region, which were called as the Jawar or Jawar hotspot. So nowadays, this area is completely vanished, and due to the occupation of commercial crops like chilies, maize, cotton, and so on. So now not much local landraces are available in this region. Another exploration to the Dong district in Gujarat, wherein we have collected mostly the little millet. The Gujarat is one of the state where little millet is more after Tamil Nadu. And these farmers, one is a retired policeman, another one is a retired postman. So they were really doing the agriculture and also the real custodian of these local land races. And you can see some of the variability existed in this little millet, and wherein the purple color blooms and light red color and brown color blooms. And apart from that, we also collected one of the two whorl, or we call it as multi-whorl finger millet, wherein generally we have 5 fingers. Here in this case, we have 5 fingers at the top and another 4 or 5 fingers at the bottom. So totally 11 fingers will be there. So it gives more yield also. Another exploration from Nizamabad and another even Karnataka also visited. And this is mainly for the collecting the jute related. And here also we collected mostly the forage sorghum and 2 wild sorghum, the halapansi, which is crossable one. It's a tetraploidy, which has got more tillers. So these wild relative of sorghum, as well as one Setaria verticillata, which is of not much use, but only it can be used as a fencing crop. And even nowadays also people are playing with this, and they call it as chipkata, like that they tell, and they just roll that panicle and throw it on somebody's shirt. It will stick to them in that shirt. So for that is a beauty of that particular wild relative, but not of any breeding importance. Apart from that, Kaddi Jonna, Petta Jonna, Mutta Jonna, Vayunuku Jonna, these are some of the land races we collected in this region. And another recent exploration before COVID was in Nanded and Bidar, Karnataka. And here we collected some of the local land races called Gunjavali, Kamarapuri, Kampuchola. These are some of the popular land races in this region. So we collected, this is Kamalapuri local, which is very dominant, and also it has got pest and disease resistant also, or tolerance also. And this is the last exploration before COVID, wherein we collected Dharmaburi and Krishnagiri districts we covered. And here the Talavirichan Jolam, Senjolam, Halayaragi on the border side of Karnataka cross. So these were the local land races we collected. And one hilly region, Siteri in Vattalmalai, which was visited by the scientists for the first time. And they have very good practice of cultivating. This is that place. Very chilly weather, and it is something like Ooty or Kodaikanal. And mostly these Malayali tribes are there, and they are the custodian of millet in this region. Here are some of the panicle types which we collected since from 2000, and this of some of the sorghum, because before 2015 we used to collect only sorghum. This is a collection from Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu. We have collection from Rajasthan, mostly forage type, and Uttar Pradesh, and we again Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra drought tolerant lines we collected. Andhra Pradesh we collected mostly the Pachajonna and also the Kondajonna. Then Karnataka also we collected drought tolerant lines, and Gujarat we collected Malvan, Solapuri, And then we have in Tamil Nadu, Irungucholam was very popular, Senjolam, Vellecholam, Manjacholam, and then Maharashtra again, and Maharashtra. Similarly, in Gujarat, Malvan is one of the local variety which fetches more price, which is being Malvan is actually the village name wherein farmer has selected from the Maldandi, and he has purified the line, and even now also it grows in Kharif to late Kharif. They grow it. And now also farmers are giving advance to get the seed in advance. So 45 to 50 rupees per kg they are giving. Then Madhya Pradesh also, mostly the Hathikunda is very popular in this region. Then Irungucholam in different bloom colored Irungucholam is there in Tamil Nadu, then Gujarat, then we have Telangana region forest sorghum. Then again Maharashtra, and these are some of the other collections. Then this is Kodo millet, and this is Echinoclava oryzades and oryzocola. Then we have other forage sorghum from Maharashtra. And these are some of the exploration pictures wherein we already spent almost 20 years only for the exploration and to travel length and breadth of the country, almost 16 states we have traveled. And also some of the farmers participatory program also we organized using the germplasm to select their desirable lines. And then many visitors were there and monitored. Here you can see that the different seed color, this is in sorghum, you can see that how many colors are there. And nowadays pigmentation is very important, and each color carries some message or some uniqueness in the accessions. And here also the 100 seed weight starts from 2 grams to 6 grams. And here you can see the variability in finger millet. And even we have released some of the white ragi variety also we have released. And then foxtail millet also we have got a lot of variability. So now onwards, I would like to give some of the important land races which I collected during my last 20 years, 23 years of exploration experience. This is my most favorite collection, like Kondajonna, which is being cultivated in Adilabad, Khammam districts, wherein this plant grows up to 4.5 to 5 meter. The person standing here in the field is myself, and you can see that height of the plant. It is 4.5 to 5 meter, and it gives 33 leaves. The biomass also 2 kg per plant. So it gives minimum 300 to 400 grams of seed in one panicle it gives. So maybe they are growing it traditional way, not much furrows and nothing is there, only broadcast method. In addition to that, they have pulses and other lab and other things also there. Inbuilt red gram also there. And this is a 6 months crop. They take up sowing in almost July or September, August, September. And then exactly during the Sankranti time, they take up harvest after making the puja and everything, only they go for harvesting. This is one of the beautiful line I collected. And another line is Irungucholam, which is very popular in Tamil Nadu. Almost it is golden day crop, land race. So it has got multiple bloom color, white, red, light red and purple, black, and so many colors are there. And every color carries a message. Pigment is very important. So because of using this pigment, China has already developed a pill wherever that tablet capsule, wherever we are making. That color also they are made out of these sorghum pigments. And in some parts, China, they are making even lipsticks out of these pigments also. They are very, very advanced stage of using this pigmentation collected from the glooms of other crops. And the importance of this Irungucholam is the shelf life is very good, even without adding any preservative, even neem leaves or anything. It can be preserved up to 2 years without any damage by the insects. The advantage here is that this is a bicolor. There are about 5 different races are there. Based on the arrangement of blooms, they have been categorized. The Dura, bicolor, Kafir, Caudatum, and Guinea. So this is a bicolor type. It means that the grain is completely covered by the gloom. So for that reason, insect cannot enter into. For that reason only, that shelf life is more for this Irungucholam. Another beautiful action is this is the sorghum halapansi, which I collected from the Melghat region. So in which all along the river I just traveled. So you can see that all the roadside, all the roadsides on the riverside also you can see that sorghum halapansi are being grown naturally, not nobody is cultivating it. So that means it is its hotspot or maybe the most traditional area or old area region where sorghum has come naturally. So that is a beauty of this halapansi. Another same area which where I collected this Nariyal Jona ELG5. So Nariyal means coconut. This is very strong in nature, and if you just throw it on somebody's head, it will break the head. That much tagadi or strong it is. So this oxygen also I collected from this Melghat region. So this is another beautiful substance I collected from the Bundelkhand region, wherein the Bundelkhand is nothing but the northern part of MP and southern part of UP is called as Bundelkhand region. In that Bundelkhand region, in Chhatarpur district, I collected this scented sorghum. You may be heard about the basmati rice, but we have collected the basmati jawar also. So whatever smell or fragrance you are getting from the basmati rice, a similar kind of smell or fragrance, we get it from this basmati jawar also. So even if you make roti or rice or biscuit, everywhere you will get the fragrance. So that is the beauty of this succession. It was collected in 1972 by ICAR scientists, but not much work has been done. So after that, even after 30 years, I traveled to the same place, but we tried to collect the accessions, but we could not collect it. For collecting that accessions, we spent almost half day. And then finally we enter into the field and started smelling the panicles. So to collect one panicle, we had to smell minimum 15 to 20 panicles. Then after that, we found one panicle. Then we took as a model and we told our team to collect. So we could collect 4 or 5 panicles. Now I have got 3 kg of seeds, and this has already been registered with NVPGR. Next year, we are planning to release this as a variety. Another beautiful action is a Broomcorn sorghum. So earlier people thought that this might have come from Africa because of blooming in nature. But when I went to Uttarakhand, some of the AOs told that, sir, there is no millet or there is no sorghum there in Uttarakhand. I said, okay, then definitely it will be there. Then I traveled forward. Then finally, we could collect 30 Broomcorn sorghum from this Uttarakhand region. You can see this has got high biomass, and this is how it looks. And after the threshing, then farmers they use this as for sweeping purpose at home. This is generally the sweeper we use it at home, which is made of the coconut leaf vein. But this is the made of the sorghum Broomcorn. After threshing, they use this use as a broom. This you can see the both type of broom. So this is also added value to the plant, and they can have some more income out of this. And always I love to visit Adilabad and Khammam because the way that the tribals conserve the material and the variability exists in that region is really beautiful. I have already five exploration I made it. Still, I would like to visit in this area because wherever you see that some or other variability are definitely new materials, definitely will get it. Especially in sorghum, we got Erra Jonna, Pacha Jonna, Konda Jonna, Gaddi Jonna. This is a Koya tribe woman. So this Pacha Jonna is very much integral part of their life, because even if you give the released variety, they don't take it because they feel that even if you take that roti or something out of a new variety grain, they get the body pain. But when they use the Pacha Jonna, they don't get the body pain. So that is the ITK they have behind it. And really that Pacha Jonna is a drought tolerant one. And we need to do some work on this Pacha Jonna also. We have collected some of the Pacha Jonna in the Kurnool regions also. And another important land races we collected from, this is also again from Madhya Pradesh, wherein this is called Guinea subrace conspicum. So there are 5 races. I told that Irungucholam is bicolor. This is a Guinea race. Guinea race always means that bicolor it is completely covered. Guinea races, it's a cup-shaped bloom will be there. the grain will be at the center and gloom will be detached from that. At that, the maturity goes on, that the grain will be just twisted, and it will be simply just attached to the base of the gloom. So the advantage here is because most of the Kharif sorghum, when rain comes at the time of harvesting, we will face the problem of grain mold. Why the grain mold is coming? Because whenever water stays in the grain, or wherever small patch is there inside the gloom, in between the gloom and the grain, wherever moisture is there, then immediately the fungus gets its growth. So to avoid that, this nature has given its protection. So when even the grain matures also, even rains also, the rain water will drain out, so that seed will be detached from that. So that is the reason this has been used as the grain mold resistant. And another important news is this entry or this action has been collected for the first time in India by myself, which was told by the eminent sorghum or millet explorer Dr. K. Prasad Rao, who worked almost 25 years at ICAR and traveled more than 70 countries for exploration. See, another experiments what we did is that sweet stalk sorghum, generally sweet sorghum is grown using the grain. So what I did is similar to sugarcane, why can't we grow this sorghum? Just an experiment I did it. During the Kharif season, after the rain, that stem will get a buttress or brace roots. So what I did is, in between the internode, I just made a cut, and that I planted slantingly, similar to sweet sugarcane. And every plant has got every cutting has got a plant, and even that bricks content is even better than the original sweet sorghum. So these are all sweet sorghum actually. So even bricks content is better, but it is not necessary because it is already grain propagated, because more grains will get it. There is no problem here, but it's another type of propagating the sweet sorghum. Another type of sorghum is pop sorghum. This is mostly covered from the Dharwad region, Karnataka. They have very good collections. We have collected more than 150 extents of pop sorghum from this in this region. And this pop sorghum, what we did is we just experimented with using that popping machine, how much grain is popped and how much is not popped. By using that, which one is better popping entry. So we identified all those things, and the popping percentage also, it varied between the 70 to 65 to even some are there nearly 80% also. So this is also another alternate use. And this is multi-horals finger millet, which I was telling you, that collected from the Dong district. You can see that top 5 fingers and bottom also 5 fingers. And then purple and Broomcorn, little millet from the Gujarat Dong district again. And also we have got fingo fox. So this is technically called paw shape of panicle. But similar to this is actually the foxtail millet. And this foxtail millet, it has a finger, it erupts a finger like structure. Maybe 3 or 4 fingers will be there. Each finger also will accommodate some seeds, and seeds also get matured. And so I call this as a fingo fox, and actual technical term is paw type panicle. And this we have got about 10 to 15 entries that we are planning to evaluate it separately. So during my last 20 years, the last 3 years, I could not go for exploration. I almost spent 239 days of exploration in 15 different states in the country, and 100 days exclusive to travel to those places. And almost nearly 1 year I spent exclusive for that. I am continuing to do that for next another half maybe 6 months. For still unexplored areas, I would like to collect it to safeguard all the millet collections. Apart from collections, we also accumulate these millet germplasm from different sources like national and international gene banks. In the last 23 years, we have got about 79,000 accessions. You can see year by year, it is increasing. After that, millet is joined or upgraded to Millet Institute, that most of the millet extents are being augmented, and we are strengthening our gene bank. You can see some of the variability existed in the sorghum germplasm, which we characterized in 2016-17. You can see the seed color, you can see the gloom color, you can see the compactness of the panicle. So everything is a unique, and everything is a local land races. And you can see that another set of material, which mostly these Dura types are compact panicles or drought tolerant ones. They are called Indian Duras, mostly grown in the Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh states. And you can see also the finger millet variability. These finger number starts from 2 fingers to 12 fingers. You can see some of the fingers, even wild relative, which are having nearly 25 to 30 centimeter also we have got. They are all African types. Only problem is the seed setting is a problem, or otherwise seed setting will be there, but seed will be larger in size. The number of seeds will not be more. What we need to do is we need to make a cross between the compact one and loose panicle, so that we will get intermediate and some good varieties can be released. So this is all the another set of germplasm. You can see here 2-whorled germplasm, which we collected from Tamil Nadu. Also, we collected some of the accessions. So even the panicle itself, we have got a lot of variability, and seed variability is also important. This is white ragi. So this we released as an exclusive variety, and this white ragi is used for making a exclusive biscuit type. So many companies are using it. And this is a variability existed in this foxtail millet. We got many species also. This is Setaria brachiata, wherein we have broader panicle, but the seed weight is less. But mostly the farmers like to use the pencil types. Excuse me. Sir, I will take another 10 minutes. So I already got a bell ring from the coordinators. So let me complete it in another 10 minutes. And here also we have got some of the type, which is gloom color is purple or black. And this is also again the foxtail millet variability, and seed color variability also you can see in foxtail millet. And this is a barnyard millet. Of course, it is originated from India. A lot of variability is there. And the arrangement of lobes, which the branches are called as lobes. So there it matters. So number of more lobes are there, then more production will be there. So there's somewhere lobes will be thicker and somewhere it will be thinner. These are the complete Indian landraces, where we can see the variability existed. And this is the little millet and proso millet variability. And this is proso millet, which is the earliest millet among all the millet, which comes up in 70 to 80 days. And again, this is the little millet again. And this is a TEP germplasm. We got some germplasm from the NBBGR. Here also we got some of the variability, but they are all very tiny seeds. And that is the reason that production cost is more. They are selling it for 450 rupees per kg. And here you can see the seed variability in the TEP cross, and not much, but only brown, white, light brown color. Brown top is another one, but here also at present we have got about 30 germplasm available. But here the variability is only the compact type, intermediate, and open type. Only 3 types are there. And here you can see the seed variability, not much, but only the size of the seed is different. So apart from that, we are also sending the material for screening blast resistant. Blast is a very important problem in finger millet. So here we identified some of the blast resistant source. Apart from that, other characters, we identified the entries, and that will be used in the breeding program. Coming to conservation, at present we have got nearly 49 plus 1,000 accessions are being conserved at IIMR, and which includes 12 different crops. Some are native cereals and rest of them are millets. And the maximum contribution is from the sorghum. And here you can see that this module, we have got about 27,366 sorghum accessions collected from 174 countries. Here all are small millet, about 17,569 from almost 74 countries. So not only that, we characterize the material, and you have seen the photographs, how we characterize with the different characters and all. And those materials will be, the data will be published, and also we distribute the material to the breeders and also the researchers for their use in their respective research programs. And so far 1,22,000 accessions we distributed. And the best trait specific entries we register, say for example, high protein, grain mold resistant, early flowering, drought tolerant, more seed weight, and so on. Red grain, early finger blast. So many characters are there. All these trait specific germplasm are being registered with NBBGR. Till now, we have got about 146 genetic stocks we registered with NBBGR, which is one of the soft protection compared to PPVFRA, wherein We register our released varieties here. We register our genetic stocks. We also organize field days to invite the researcher to visit the field and select their own germplasm. This is one such program for small millet, and we have got a program for pearl millet and also the finger millet program, and then sorghum. We invite all the Eclipse Center scientists and also the researchers, and they visit and they just go through the material and select the material, whichever is desirable for them, and then they will supply the material. This is the most recent sorghum germplasm field day we organized on 13th March 2023, wherein 800 farmers as well as researchers participated. This is the world largest germplasm characterization. It happened there. So we are also part of that along with NBBJR and Dr. PDKV Akola, wherein 24,950 accessions were characterized at one place. And this is a huge program. It has already gone into the applied for the Limca World Record book. Hopefully we'll get it. And this is our gene bank. When 2002, when I joined, it was looking like this, wherein 5,000 accessions were there. We upgraded to all in containers in 2005. Now we have got about 5,000 to now 50,000. It's a tremendous increase, and a lot of efforts have gone in to safeguard all the millet accessions, and many training programs we organized. Mainly that the digital field book, which I am not going to take class, maybe this time maybe I will be doing it separately. So we are using the mobile app to collect the data. We are not using any paper notebook or papers. So for 44 research workshops have been organized to train 5,682 researchers in the country, which includes 15 universities, 15 ICAR institutes, privates, and Eclipse centers, and so on. This gene bank also allowed to be visited by many bureaucrats, like many ministers from Telangana, Karnataka, UP, Kerala, and these are all old pictures. And nowadays, under the international era of millet, almost every day people are coming and going. And these are some of our publication documentation is very important. Otherwise, somebody else will claim the material. For that reason, these are all the technical bulletins we have made it. This all last 2-3 years we have made it. To conclude it. The landraces are the base material for any variety. So without landraces, there will not be any variety. All the landraces are considered as primitive. So we can say that farmers are the primitive breeders. The advanced breeders are educative breeders. So tribals are the custodian of hilly biodiversity. Otherwise, it might have gone long back. Explorations will continue to unexplored area. Even collections are done after decades to know the genetic erosion, whether the same material is available or not, or completely vanished. To know that, we go repeatedly even after decades. Using digital platform for data collection to save environment, save paper, that is what we are doing it. Land races are conserved for the future generation, not for us. So whatever we collect, that will be used by our future generation. So though we collect 100% material and conserve it, but so far only 20% of the genetic resources are utilized so far. That need to be strengthened. Thank you very much for the patience hearing.